here. You can lean over here to be in. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're in the frame now. All right. We just saw Blue Beetle, and we are filming this while driving home because we are tired and it was so hot in the theater, and we're all just.
It wasn't as bad as that other one.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad. Was it? Was it Barbie?
No, it was Barbie.
That we were so
Barbie.
hot?
We ended up leaving.
I don't know if
only because it was hot, not because the movie wasn't good.
Yeah, well, and she had an asthma attack in the middle of it.
Yeah.
But anyway, Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle.
I was coming at it from not knowing anything about the superhero comic book side of it. I knew nothing going in. I thought it was a lot of fun.
None of this part made any sense to me comic book wise. I remember the Blue Beetle as a character, like he was like low rent Batman in the comics.
Well, they kind of said that too. I love the description of it's like Batman with ADHD.
Yeah.
And I was
Beetle Man is a fashion.
No, he said Batman is a fascist, not fashion. Beetle Man is a fashion. Okay.
Batman is a fascist.
Which, of course, you will have seen in the commercials.
Yeah, that's not a spoiler. That's in the trailers. So yeah, Uncle Rudy doesn't like fascists, and Nana doesn't like the imperialists.
Yeah, well, can't imagine why not.
I got some strong, like, Encanto vibes from this. Did she not remind you of the grandma in Encanto?
Yeah.
But, like...
There was a certain scene that definitely reminded me of, what was the other one about the Land of the Dead?
But like, this grandma had seen some stuff.
Yeah, but...
Like, a lot more darker stuff than the grandma in Encanto.
What was the movie about the kid who goes to the Land of the Dead?
Coco.
Coco. God, I love that movie. And I can't remember its name.
I really enjoyed this one just because I love, I just love the Spanish culture, and it was really good. You know, bringing all of that into a superhero movie. It was just a lot of fun. And, oh my goodness, there were flamingos. There were flamingos in this one, which makes it, you know, my favorite superhero movie.
Flamingos all over the dad's mansion.
But of course, it takes place in, I guess, like a fictional Florida.
It's one of the fictional DC cities.
You know, like Gotham's kind of like New York. I guess this is kind of like Miami.
I think so, yeah.
It's called Palmyra,
yeah.
Palmyra City. So I think it's supposed to be kind of like a Miami.
Panama City.
Yeah. We found out that Flamini likes some Motley Crue. There's some Motley Crue in this soundtrack, and she is jamming out to it.
Yeah, she was.
So the soundtrack was pretty awesome. You said this was not your favorite superhero movie.
No.
You want to say why?
I think that it maybe suffered from a little too much
Hype?
well, I was going to say too much like backstory in the movie itself. Like there was a lot of slowdown for character development, which isn't a bad thing necessarily, but you know, when you're looking at an action movie, it's like, okay, can we get back to the butt kicking?
Yeah, it definitely was slower on the action side.
Yeah, except when it wasn't.
Yeah.
What I loved about Blue Beetle, is when he first got the scarab. It was so weird watching him form into the suits. It was so gross and
Yeah,
so
it was
cool.
I mean, you see a lot of that initial part in the trailer, but the part that you don't see in the trailer is probably one of the grossest superhero transformations I've seen.
Yeah, like when he first transformed into the Blue Beetle, there was like these like little red dots, like lava or fire or something.
Well, I mean, you don't have to tell everybody everybody everything. This is, we don't want to spoil anything. I don't remember any red dots in it. It was like a black goo, is what I remember.
I remember a black goo with like red dots in it, like.
Okay, again, we don't want to spoil it for people who haven't seen the movie.
But you know, in the beginning, and you see that in the trailer, you kind of don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy. So I think that was part of why that transformation was a little more horror movie than superhero.
I did think a little bit of the, maybe a little bit of the violence was a bit on the gratuitous side. There were some,
you think so?
Some violent scenes that were
Bloody murder.
They were dark. There were some scenes that were, I thought, a little more, I don't know.
I thought only the one that made her cry, that was the only one that was really kind of gruesome.
One, but, you know, there were a couple others.
Like the big.
We're not going to talk specifics because we're not doing spoilers in this. We'll do a deep dive later. Because I do have some things to say to people that have watched the movie. But all in all, I would say that I would recommend. But I don't know if you have to see it in the theater.
Apparently, this is the official beginning of the DCU.
Oh, really?
With
the new DCU?
The new DCU. This is the official.
Is it the DCU?
This is the DC. No, it's the DCU. That's what James Gunn's calling it. The DCU.
I thought it had an E in it.
That was the last one.
Oh.
This is the now reboot. The E has been lost for James Gunn's new reboot.
Okay, so the new DCU.
Yes, Bonnie.
What they do show in the trailer is my favorite part throughout the whole movie, where he cuts a bus in half.
The bus cut was funny.
Yeah.
The bus cut was funny. I almost wish they hadn't shown that in the trailer.
Yeah. But I think it was funnier in context, so yes. I didn't mind that.
I felt like it was. Yeah. I felt like it happened faster in the movie than it did in the trailer. Like, I felt like they slowed it down for the trailer.
Maybe.
Like it's.
So. Yeah. So how many flamingos?
There were like 15 or something.
No, I mean, yeah, there were like 15 or 20 in the movie. But out of 5, how many do you give it?
I mean, there were way more than 5 in the movie.
10.
I give it 3.
3 flamingos? Yeah, I'd say 3 flamingos.
3 out of 5.
3 out of 5 is good. 3 and 1 bloody half of a flamingo. Maybe 3.5 flamingos.
Yeah, okay.
A bloody half.
Yeah, it kind of fits with parts of the movie.
Flamini gives everything 10.
More stars than exist in the sky.
Or 100. Yeah, she gives everything more than 5.
5 then.
So you can't really trust her judgment since she judges everything the same. Everything is awesome. She lives in the Lego movie.
Actually,
everything is awesome.
Actually, no.
Well,
I would give it a 3 like Mama because there was
a part that made you really sad.
Yeah. Because he said...
No spoilers.
Yeah.
No spoilers.
Spoiler free.
I'm going to spoil.
No puppy spoilers.
Alright, so I think that's our, that's Blue Beetle. That's a wrap.
That's Blue Beetle.
Anybody have anything else?
Bye, guys.
Hey, Chapulín Colorado.
We love you.